cantinho, violão, esse amor, uma canção, pra fazer feliz a quem se ama.
It's the quality of life that you can find here, and the freedom of choosing your style of life and not being obliged to live a style of life from a country like Belgium or like Portugal, where everyone does more or less the same, which is okay, which is good, which is nice as well. But for the moment, I still enjoy this. You meet people that you like and you get attached to them, they become your friends, and then one day they say, oh, I have to go, or I want to go. And that it's the difficult part of it. But as I said, and that came from there. Also for me, it's difficult to compromise 100% with Brussels, with the city. Let's say I'm already here for almost 10 years, but I can't say that I will live here, I will stay here for the rest of my life. It's also difficult to compromise and say it's here where I want to stay. I coordinate studies, epidemiological studies, a little bit all around the world. And yes, and that is the interesting part, because although the company is based here, it allows me to have a lot of contact with many different cultures again, with many different continents, and that's what I liked the most. Yes, this contact with people, this interaction with people with different cultures. Last year I did for a semester contemporary dance as a beginner, but it's just because I really like to dance. There is not a fixed rule how you express yourself. Of course there is a basis, and that's what I've learned. But it also learns you how to express yourself in a free way. It makes me feel good, happy after the course. I'm full of energy. As for the improvisation, it was also a very interesting experience that I've tried this year. At the beginning I was feeling very strange in the class, but then you just let it go, and it's very good. It's also a very growing experience. You know your limits. With the dance, with improvisation, with the singing, you get to know better where are your limits, or the things that you think you had a limit here and finally is not there. It was on Espace Catastrophe, so it's in Saint-Gilles, and it's normally a circus school, but at night they also have these kind of things for beginners. There are mainly two neighborhoods that I like. That it's Saint-Gilles, where I live. I always say by joking that I'm a Saint-Gilloise, almost, a real one. And I also like the Flagey area, yes, so I really like the square, the market on Sundays morning, the Belga, and all the mix of cultures. And the same for Saint-Gilles, the Parvis, I don't know if you know it, it's also one of my favorite places, for the same reasons. By chance there are a lot of Portuguese in these two neighborhoods. Here I like Flagey because of the lakes, there is water. So where I was living in my town, there was a big river. In Lisbon there is a big river and the sea, and so the lakes have a symbolic meaning for me. I don't know so many Portuguese. But there is a place, a very special place, that it's a pâtisserie. It's close to, it's in Avenue de la Couronne. It's called Pâtisserie Garcia, and it's one of my favorite places in Brussels for having the breakfast and having the typical Portuguese toasts and the typical pastry, the little pastry from Lisbon. It's very good. Pastéis de nata. Haute Blanc. Yes, and it's one of. I always do a lot of publicity around this place. I always take my friends there, and it's really a very special. It's very beautiful for me. It has all the tiles, as in Portuguese, in Portugal, the traditional tiles. It's like being, in fact, in a terrace of a typical house from the south. I think it's difficult to go back now, because it's a completely different place where I've lived before. I would have to start everything again.